Evening, Danny. Thanks for your time today. After a few weeks in a row, how did it feel to be Hungerford Town manager?
Yeah, unbelievable really. To come and manage here with, like I said, great managers of the past. You know, you look at obviously the people who's been here before me. It's a massive honour for me to manage this, fantastic football club. So, the hard work will start when we're allowed to go back properly. And like I said, it's been a massive, great big welcome for me.
So why did you apply for the role to begin with?
I say I applied, because first and foremost you want to test yourself. I must admit I have to give great thanks to Matty Jones. I know he's obviously moved on to Western Supermere. He was the one that kind of gave us the heads up and things like that. But who wouldn't want to come and manage this great football club? Like I say, historically wise and everything like that. I'm absolutely, once again thrilled to actually be here. I want to, do my thing as best as possible, what I can do. And yeah, like I said, who would not want to apply to come here and manage this great football club?
So just talk us through the process of applying to the manager's role.
Well, yeah, like I said, Matt Jones obviously spoke to me, and then he just kind of went from where I spoke to the chairman, a couple of times over the phone, and then yeah, like I say, it happened quite quickly, really and truthfully. All the way through, Patrick's been absolutely amazing. He's been very upfront, very honest of what we have, what we don't have, and it's just one of those things. I felt an instant connection with him, and like I said, he's one of these people that I'm going to repay the faith in who's put me into, put me in charge of this football club. So, absolutely, yeah, brilliant. It's been a bit of a whirlwind, I must admit, since I've come, but it is an exciting project that I'm very proud to be part of.
Yeah. So what was the first thing you did when you found out you were the manager? Did you celebrate in any way?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, of course. I wanted. I think I told my dad, mum and dad. I think my mum and dad started crying, obviously, because they know, how much, to be 2 leagues away, really and truthfully, or a league away from being, full time and everything like that. I could only dream of that. I started managing at 21 years of age, and to go from, the Wessex League to National League, is just unbelievable. I never envisaged that I'd really get the opportunity to, but celebrated, yeah, most definitely. I think, jump around the garden a little bit, celebrate with the dog. Once again, but I have to say a massive great big thank you to Thatcher Town, who were absolutely brilliant with me for being there for 5 years. The people there that entrusted me with that Fabulous Football Club, to my hometown. I do owe a lot to them to have this opportunity to be at Hungerford.
So you started putting a squad together. Is there any difference in putting a squad together at this level, at Faction's level, or is there any difference in dealing with agents and chairmen?
A lot of difference with dealing with agents. I never spoke to an agent before in my life, and then literally being announced, you have 20 of them phone you up, and I think I've seen, it must be 1,000 clips now of highlights of players and things like that, which is a lot different. But no, of course, there is a certain type of player, a certain type of ilk that you think as you go up the levels that I have to do the level, be good enough to play this level. I like to think I'm a good judge of character, a good judge of player. I want to get a competitive side here, and build a strong squad with a family ethos. And we have to pick the right characters. We have to have the best of the local players. We have to pick up the gem. We have to work with the best youngsters, to get the best out of this, out of this football club. So, yeah, it is. It's a lot different. A lot different to what I'm used to. But one thing I will say is, and one thing that I do is, I work morning, noon, and night. I don't leave any stone unturned. I keep working and working till I physically can't anymore. So. And that's the biggest important thing that I can do. And like I said, to get, I can't wait to meet the fans here, and I can't wait to, really when pre-season starts to get going.
Yeah. So your first team coach, Keith Pennicott-Brown, used to play for us in the 90s. Has he ever told you anything about this stuff?
3 times, yeah, a few times. Yeah, no, I still get to find a photo of him playing. Yeah, but Bosey's he's been with me. He was with me all the way through my fashion journey and everything like that. He's a fantastic coach. He's he's infectious. He's great around the change room. But me as a manager, I'm only as good as my backroom staff. So I've got Andy Darton, who we were so successful with at Faction. He's experienced. Like I said, he knows his level. He knows a lot about football. He brings, the great coaching ability as well. To work with Robin as well, who was here from last year. I feel it's important to have people that know the club, which is vitally important. And then obviously to have Hobbo as well on board. Hobbo is a legend in this football club, and it's an honour to work with him as well.
And we're at Pulpit Lane now. What do you make of the ground? What's your
I love it. I love it. I love the fact that it's an old-fashioned football ground. I love the soul of the place. I've been up here a few times now, and every time I've come up here, there's been work parties working. Whether it's people on the pitch, painting stands, putting brickwork together, getting everything sorted. And one thing that I do feel from this place, it's a real family environment and family club. And the biggest thing I can say to everybody at Hungerford Town is we have to be in this together. We have to keep moving forward together. We have to make sure that there will be bad times this season, there will be good times this season, but the most of all is that we do it together. And like I said, the biggest thing that I can do in repaying football is to give back to people that work so hard behind the scenes and our brilliant supporters.
So you've obviously been here once or twice for Faction, playing Bucks Cup last season. What did you make of Hungerford in those games?
Big, strong, powerful, good at set plays, especially the Bucks and Bucks. 3-0 says it all really. We didn't turn up, so our Faction didn't turn up that night. And we got fully what we deserved. And I don't even think Hungerford were probably at their fullest strength as well. So, that's one learning curve. One with me, I'm always learning. No manager can turn around and say they know it all. So, the big thing was set plays was a massive difference. Obviously, we come here a couple of times pre-season and things like that. We won. But it's a big difference when there's something when it's more of a meaningful game. So I learned a lot that night. It did, pure strength, pace, power, and you have to be switched on for 90 minutes. So it was a great learning curve, and like I said, I'm going to bring hopefully some of that philosophy here as well.
And whilst mentioning Faction, I've got to ask you about Wembley and the Echo Bars. Well, how do you look back on that experience?
Yeah, it's once in a lifetime. You still see photos even today that you've never seen before. It jogs little bits of memories and everything like that. It's a wonderful achievement. And that particular moment in my managerial career, of course, it's the highlight. But now my sole focus is Hungerford. I'm a Hungerford town manager. I want to do as best as what I can here. It is okay sometimes, like I said, it's wonderful to wallow in past glories and things like that. Of course, a magnificent achievement that we've never taken away. But now, my heart, body, soul goes into Hungerford Town, and it goes, like I said, as soon as just itching to get back and really start going.
So we interviewed Charlie Austin last week, and he said Hungerford isn't a footballing town, and with the resources we have, you may not be able to achieve what you want to. Do you agree with that?
I lived in Hungerford, funnily enough, for 6 months. I went down to Bournemouth for a little bit, done a bit of work, bailiffing and working for a little bit for Bournemouth Academy and things like that. But so I lived here, so I know, kind of what the town is like. Yes, it's a small town, but so is Faction, So is it a non-footballing town? Can I go against Charlie? Probably he's right. He's lived here a lot longer than what I have. But one thing that we can do is we can create a buzz about football. Football is the best sport in the world, bar none. And it's one of those things where if we can play attractive football, if we can try and play a brand of football that get people through the gate, why not turn it into a footballing town? Why not get everybody talking about it? Why not get our gates up? Why not bring people here that's not been here before? Because you probably go into 80% of households in Hungerford. I bet you there's people in there that love football, that want to. And what better way coming down and supporting your non-league club? Throughout my time at the Faction, gates been up and up and up and up, from 13th in the league to the top of the Southern League. The gates, part of my job is to get people play a brand of football, to get people through this game. And why not turn it into a footballing town? So that's a part of the job that excites me the most, really.
Penultimately, what are your expectations sitting here right now for next season?
Hopefully we get a start date. But no, expectations. I'm not going to put anything at the moment. Like I said, the thing is that we need to assess everybody pre-season, assess everybody that we that think that can do this level, that can obviously. I want to finish as high as I physically can. That's my burning ambition. You know, the chairman's been brilliantly and said, you know, we've been in this league now for 5 years. We belong to be here. We do belong, you know, as a football club, we belong in this, you know. We need to change the mentality side of things a little bit in thinking, instead of it's good just to survive. In life, it's not good just to survive. You have to go and live it. So, you know, the big thing for me is try and finish it, if we can, physically as much points and as high as up the table as possible. And then you grow and grow, and you go bit by bit like that.
And before we go, do you have a message for the fans?
Can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet every single one. You know, the most important part and the most fabric of any football club is the supporters. I've been touched and blessed to have some fantastic footballers, fantastic supporters at Winchester City, at Thatcham Town. And you know, I know Hungerford is a wonderfully supported club. There's lots of hardcore supporters, I've been told, that go home and away. And I'll be brutally honest, this is the reason why I do it, because of them, because they pay their hard-earned money to come to us, to watch us. And like I said, the biggest thing that I can do, and the biggest compliment I can repay, you know, their faith in us, is make them entertained and to play a good brand of football to, you know, like I said, to excite them and for the fans to be proud of.
Danny, thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.